Hey guys, how you doing? Now today I've got the brand new Samsung Galaxy Watch 7 and today we will do a full tour of this watch. Now we will also check out the battery life since the previous Galaxy watches weren't always the best when it comes to that. Just like the GPS, we got a whole lot of health and other features, so let's get right into it and let's start with the specs and the design. Alright, so the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7 is available in a few different colors and variations. Now you can either grab the Bluetooth or the LTE version, and then you can also decide between a 40 and a 44mm version. Basically these two sizes have no differences besides the colors they come in. The 40mm one is available in the colors of green and cream, whereas the bigger 44mm version comes in the colors of green and silver. Even though I have to say that the green looks more like a graphite with a greenish touch. Today we will focus on the larger 44mm size. So this one got a 1.47 inch Super AMOLED touch display protected by sapphire crystal glass. But if you take a close look, you will actually notice that the display isn't flush with the rest of the aluminum case. It sticks out just a bit, which means you have to be a little bit more careful to not bump into things to damage the screen. You got to remember that even though we have sapphire crystal glass, you can still get scratches on the display. Now on the side on the watch you have your usual two physical buttons with which you can go back to the home screen, you can open up your recently opened apps, and of course you will also have the Google Voice Assistant on here, but we will get to this one later on in the video. Now something that I really like about the Samsung smartwatches are the straps. Now not only do they feel very comfy, but you basically only have one size of straps, and that is 20mm, and the only difference is the length. Now there's a small to medium band and a medium to large band, and that's it. You can also grab a pair of fabric straps which are also pretty comfy and you're not sweating underneath that as much as you do on the default straps. Now you also have a little extra feature which are the orange and blue fabric threads that are attached to your bands, and they will always come in the same color. So no customizing over here. Now as for last, you have to know that this watch is once again only compatible with Android smartphones. It is water resistant up to 5 ATM and weighs in at 34 grams. Now the smaller 40mm one is a little bit lighter with just 29 grams. Of course we also have to talk about the battery life. Now with the bigger 44mm version you will get a 425 mAh battery, whereas on the smaller 40mm Galaxy Watch you only get a 300 mAh battery. So over the course of a 7-hour night with the sleep mode enabled, the bigger watch only lost about 6% and the smaller lost about 12%. Over the course of the next 6 hours, the bigger watch dropped from 91% down to 65%, whereas the smaller went from 88% down to 51%. And that is with the always on display mode enabled, auto brightness, and only a few messages, but no GPS tracking and no music streaming. So I guess these watches really only last about a day maximum. But I guess the positive thing is the charging speed. Just plug them up, go get a coffee and drink it, and by the time you go back, it should be fully charged. Okay, next up let's get to the smart features, and this one has a lot. So let's start with the built-in mic and the speaker. Now by default you will get the Bixby Voice Assistant like always, which is okay-ish, but if you go ahead and update all of your apps you will also get access to the Google Voice Assistant, which is a little bit better in my opinion. And with this one you can do the standard stuff, like you can ask for the weather, you can do some simple calculations and other things. Now with the mic and the speaker you can also make use of the phone feature. You actually already have all of your phone contacts on your smartwatch and you can start a call from over here in seconds. But you can also type in the number on the dial pad if you know the number by heart. By the way, you can also send messages from over here as well. The better way to write messages is to download WhatsApp from the Google Play Store, and right here you have access to all of your previous conversations and chats, and you can start a conversation from over here as well. You can send emojis, even voice messages is a thing, or you can type the message on a small keyboard, but that's a hard thing to do if you only have the 40mm Galaxy Watch 7. A small feature is that you can also rearrange all of your apps and tiles. You can either do it on the watch or you can do it on your smartphone, but you only have to press on the app for a second and then drag it to a new spot. And that's basically the same thing with your child. Just drag and drop it to a new spot. Next we have the watch faces, and like always Samsung watches have super many to choose from and are customizable as well. Like you can change the background color, all of your different complications on it like your battery life, heart rate, stress tracking, steps and so on. And now with One UI 6.0 you have a whole new set of watch faces, like you got the Ultra info board with basically all of the information that your smartwatch has to offer, and this one is available in a few different colors. You have some digital watch faces, which is also slightly animated, or you have the new default spatial number watch face, which are some 3D shapes which are supposed to give you a sense of depth over a background that changes colors as the second hand moves. Now the Galaxy Watch 7 also has some gesture controls, like you can double pinch your finger to answer calls, you can dismiss alerts, you can launch apps, or you can even control your music player with it. You have the knock knock motion to open up a specific app, or you can shake your wrist to decline incoming calls, or you can once again dismiss alerts. Now on the Galaxy Watch 7 you have the Google Play Store and you can download all kinds of music streaming apps. Now I always use Spotify, and right here you can download songs, playlists and podcasts to your watch and listen to them offline anytime you want to, and you don't even need your smartphone nearby. There are actually so many features. Those were just the main ones, but there are so many more to discover, and I guess I just have to do another one just for that. So stay tuned. Next up, let's talk a little bit about the health features. Now, like always, you can expect to get a 24/7 heart rate tracker that will track every 10 minutes by default, but in your settings you can set it to track continuously for a more accurate reading over the day. You can check your minimum and maximum heart rate, you got your resting heart rate, and you will even get some heart rate alerts. Then there is a step counter, which works actually very good. Now I went ahead and counted my steps, and I did it 3 times. 2 times 100 meter and 1 time I did 200 steps. And at first I was off by just 1 step. The next time it was spot on, and the last time it was only off by like 2 steps. So overall, actually pretty good. It's only off by like 1% if at all, so not that shabby. Now you have a stress tracker, you got cycle tracking and an SpO2 tracker that will only track on demand or during the night. You have a blood pressure measurement, which will only work once you set it up. There is an ECG function. Now for this one you need to download the Samsung Health Monitor app, and then you just need to rest your finger for a few seconds on the upper button, and then you will get your results. It's either a normal sinus rhythm, atrial fibrillation, inconclusive, or you get a poor reading. You also have an ages index on your smartwatch, which can give you a sense of your metabolic health, which reflects your overall biological aging process. Now, as well as you have your body composition like on every Samsung smartwatch, and your sleep tracker that will track your time of sleep, and right here it seems to be very accurate. You will get a sleep score based on a few of your sleep factors like your sleeping time, your mental and your physical recovery. You will see your sleep stages, and this watch even detects if you're snoring during the night, which comes at the cost of your battery life. Next up, we got the fitness tracking and the built-in GPS, and I was very curious if the GPS got any better, and well, it didn't. The GPS lines are still very shaky, you got some big deviations even though you're just walking straight lines. It cuts corners so short that I'm actually walking through some buildings. It sent me from one street side to another street side, and it's really not the best, but at least you got a whole lot of sport modes on this watch. Now most of your sport modes have a little animation to it, like the running coach or the little hiking man, but you get a whole lot more. There is archery, basketball, bench press, golf, sailing, and pool swimming. Then you can also go ahead and create new exercises, or you can create a workout routine, including warm-up and cool-down. Now this watch automatically detects some of your workouts, and you can customize your workout display. In total you can have up to 6 different metrics on your display. Now something which is new are the HR zones. Now you can choose how you want your heart rate zones to be calculated. It's either based on your max HR or on your heart rate reserve. Then there is also a HR zone guide which you can toggle on and off. And guys, there we have it. That's the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. Now, like always, I will leave the link to the watch down below in the description. And I guess that's already it for today. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews. And I guess with that one being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.